Member of County Assembly Eric Wamumbi has excited Kenyans after opposing the Building Bridges Initiative constitutional amendment bill as they held discussions on the bill at County Assembly. Eric's decision came as a surprise to many since he is from the central region where BBI was expected to be passed unanimously without any objections. Eric said that the bill does not address equality, thus it will further burden the taxpayer. He also added that he had evidence showing there was no public participation before the day of the debate in the County Assembly.
Mr. Speaker, I stand to strongly oppose this report. And I have my 3 reasons, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue of inequality that we are being told that has been addressed by this report, it is a lie, Mr. Speaker. We were complaining that there are counties that are being given more money than us. Those counties that we are complaining, they are still getting more money than us. So the BBI report has not addressed the inequality report, the inequality question. Mr. Speaker, number 2, the Constitution of Kenya, Article 204, it stipulates that nothing stops the national government from giving the counties even 35%, even 50%. Is the BBI report telling us that we have an unable government that has not been able to obey the Constitution? The Constitution tells us that the counties will receive a minimum of 15%. So nothing stops from giving counties even 70%, even 50%. Let us not be told that this is the report that is going to give us 35%, Mr. Speaker. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, 3 days ago, there was released a report that the government now will be paying 1 trillion per year in terms of debt. Mr. Speaker, let's do simple math. We collect 1.7 trillion in this country. If we pay 1 trillion in terms of debt, we are left with 700 billion. 35% of 1.7 trillion is 600 billion. Simple math, class 2 math. So if we send 600 billion into counties, we will be left with 100 billion. That means that we will be required to borrow anything else, even salaries, even the tea that is drunk into office, mandazi, tissues, serviettes, we will borrow all that money. Just as I said during Punguza Mzigo bill, that it was bringing more mzigo to the common mwananchi. This report is actually doubling the headache on the hands of Wanjiku. We cannot be told that it is coming to reduce mzigo while we are going to borrow everything in this country. Mr. Speaker, the new article that has been brought by this report, Article 207A, the line that the people who are preaching the gospel of BBI do not want to read to the people is the last line. It says, and I quote, that Parliament will sit down and put up a law for implementation of that section, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the same Parliament that defeated the Kangata Bill of World Fund. How then do you convince me that this bill, that Parliament, which is against World Fund, is going to sit down and put up a law for implementation of that section? Finally, Mr. Speaker, finally, in Madera East, where I come from, and I have evidence in terms of a video which I can table in this house, there was no public participation. The word public means that everyone should be allowed. Mr. Speaker, when I got to Karatina Town Hall, the gates were closed. I have evidence which I can table into this house. The gates were closed. That means that was not a public participation. It was a private meeting for some people. Public participation should be open to everyone to air their views.
Honorable Mwangi, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In Madera East, there was no public participation.
Honorable members, let me know who is having the mic. We cannot entertain that kind of indiscipline. Honorable Ahinya. Sergeant, I want the Honorable who is intervening when we are having a member contributing. Honorable Member, Sergeant,
Let
I
me
want the
finish,
member.
Mr.
No, the member must step out for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 3 seconds. I want to confirm to this Honorable House that in Madera East, I have a video which I can table into this House. There was no public participation. The gates were closed. Only those who were singing the tune were allowed. The gates were closed for me.
Thank you.
I strongly oppose this report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.